Mount Rainier in the distance. There are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game. And I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible. But we watched it happen.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Now this time he'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I'm not sure it made a difference on that play, but one thing to keep in mind, here in the early part of the year during a day game, the sun does play a factor on deep balls.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 15-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical, getting one. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Back to throw again. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And this one is right through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. That was a long, sustained opening drive, but in the end, only able to get 3, the field goal out of it.
And absolutely, you'll take the points and the early leads. You never give those back. But there will be a little bit of disappointment that they didn't punch it in for 6 after that kind of yardage and that kind of drive that they had.
They begin the drive with Williams. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Prescott. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he finds the tight end, Rodgers. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. Now allowed to get bolder with his pass rush, right?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
And this this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line. They'll look to throw here on first down. Got it complete to Rodgers. Down inside the 10. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll run here with Pierce. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to trip a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come up for grounding. They'll get away with it and get another shot on third down.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. The holding penalty, that puts them in an unenviable spot here as they try again on third and goal. He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Terry McLaurin, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it first and 10. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first. Second down and 7. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And some room to maneuver. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 15. First down, Seahawks. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. The Seahawks at 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
First catch there for Hill, and he's got a first down. Prescott now. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Prescott off play action. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Prescott to throw it. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Cowboys are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Well, anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Man open right side. It's Rodgers. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. They're going to look to throw. He gets this to Thornton. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dameon Pierce, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On 2nd down, Williams. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Well, those have been a problem for them all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football, or you're going to cost your team chances.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 20.
6 yards left on 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points. On
3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man, Thornton. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Tyquan Thornton, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Out to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Prescott. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2. Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. They'll look to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They'll look to throw again. Right side, Thornton with it. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Back to throw again. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. They'll throw now on the final play. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cowboys will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. 1 second, all that remains. And going deep for Hill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5.
At the Cowboys' 14-yard line.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They run it again with Williams. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Javonte Williams taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Seahawks get a bit closer. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is down to 24. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Cowboys make over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Out route looking for McLaurin. He's got him. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 24 yards to gain there. Another first down as well.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild. And here's another completion for good yardage.
Sling around, and he finds Thornton. And the Cowboys are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A great play there, keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I wonder if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good game and a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Prescott. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyreek Hill from 21 yards away. And the Seahawks get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. extra point by Carlson. And leads down to 24. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Back to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. This is taken at the 23. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. First down, Prescott. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They're going deep for Hill. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. They throw right away, and that's complete out of. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have recovered.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game like we used to have, where you checked off your boxes. But 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they coughed one up here.
Yeah, their first blemish. They had mistake-free football prior. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them, because just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 79 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So a fourth quarter pick six here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick six, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Being chased out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and forever. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Their mobile, agile quarterback with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film section in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Meanwhile, Dax, oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. Inside the 20s. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yard.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to...
Oh, Prescott stripped. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Extra point up and through. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Seahawks 20.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
A fairly short kick from the 14.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Hey, 47!
Throwing on second down. Prescott. To the right side and complete to Thomas. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now Prescott. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. back to throw here. He sets to fire deep. This is caught inside the 15. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Seahawks 20.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
The Seahawks make over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it up.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you can have both of the receivers talk about things because, as you know, this is a chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
Pick it up.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
There's so many different assignments you could have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.